Right, I'm trying this camera phone at a different angle. I'm coming from the side, right, so it's over that way. And I'm going to try and flip it when the video's done. Anyway, we're going to do a sky. And doing skies is great fun because you can just throw the colours in. One thing to watch out for is blue and yellow. Don't get them together, because if they run into each other slightly, you'll end up with green in your sky, and somehow it doesn't work. But you might want green in your sky, but normally you try and keep them apart, or you can mix blue with a bit of red so you get like a slightly purpley colour instead of blue, and for some reason that doesn't turn into green when it mixes with yellow. So right, I'm trying to rush a bit. I'm only going to do half a painting, just the sky. Right. I don't know whether you can see, I'll point out with my finger, the horizon line runs along here, right, pretty low down, because we want the sky to be the main focus. When someone looks at your painting, you go, oh, look at that sky. They don't take no notice of anything else. The front is going to be dark, right, just like a dusk type scene, right. So it's going to be dark all the front, maybe a few trees, maybe even a house or something, I don't know. And that's basically it, right. The last video, I think Cynthia thought I was talking about myself when I put I can't paint, look at this and then say that. What I was talking about is, you say to someone, come on let's paint, and they go, oh I can't paint. And why I put look at this and then say that is because basically they were artists, weren't they, with no arms who can paint, so you can't say I can't paint. Right, another thing, Jackie Smith, right, I'll put all this on here, I wonder what it is. Jackie Smith said on one of my videos, she got some stuff, got paper and paint and all that. She said not great. She said but it was great fun. That's the main thing, she had fun doing it. Right, so if you enjoy it and you're having fun, don't worry about it. And this is a fun type painting, this, so especially the sky, you'll love it. Another thing, I'm putting 2 links up to some paper, the same paper I use, only smaller. So I've used a small piece today, it's an A4, and just different brushes to what I normally use, you can see, and I might even use the pen for some twigs and branches, yeah. So I'm putting 2 links up. Now water paper is not cheap, watercolour paper. There's 40 sheets of, what's the size now, can't just remember the bloody size. It's, oh there it is, it's 11.5 inches, so that's roughly this, by 7.5 inches, which is roughly about half an inch, just over half an inch shorter than this paper, for 40 sheets, and it's $10.99 on Amazon Prime, so that's free delivery if you've got it. And the other one I've seen was A4, which is this full sheet here, 60 sheets for $17.99. But don't forget, 60 sheets you get 120 paintings, because you can turn it over and do a painting on the other side, which I've done many a time. And the other one you get 80 paintings, wouldn't it? So, and if you're just using it as a practice, then that's fine. Right, sponges and some paper tissues. I've thinned them into little bits. I'll tell you about that why later on then. Right, so let's crack on with this. I'm not rushing, but I am really, because as I say, I'm just going to do the sky. So first thing, nice clean water, right, and as I say, this just slap it on. But what I want you to do is have a good look at it when it's going on, right. Doesn't matter about this horizon line, because we're not having a straight edge, but you don't want the paint running down, but makes no difference at all with this one. And you can see I'm putting plenty of water on. and just get your head down and look across the paper, and you'll probably see any dry bits if you do that. Right. I'm going into a tiny bit of blue, hardly anything on the brush at all, just a slight little thing in it, right? And that's it, look, pretty wet. You think, why is he putting that on there? You can't see it. Well, that's true, you can't. And what I should have done first, I'll do it now anyway, is down the bottom here, I want to keep this nice and clean. That's what that is there, right? Because that's going to be the brightest part of the sky. So I should have done this first really, but it doesn't matter, we don't care. So some yellow, right, and we'll keep a white bit here, right? So basically all we're doing is throwing some yellow in, and come off the edge of the paper. I've drew the lines round where the mount will fit, right? That's why I've done that. Now this paper's buckling a little bit. Just usually got 2 minutes to do a sky, roughly 2 minutes anyway. I'll just straighten that out a little bit. Just lift the tape off the corner. Give it a little pull, stick it back down. It's come off that freaking corner up there now. Doesn't matter, I'll plod along with this. You can tape it all round if you want. Right, so now what I'm doing, pinching a little bit of red. I'm mixing it with that little bit of yellow that we'll put on there. So we get an orangey colour. And just flick it in. Come right in from the sides. You always go a little bit deeper if you want, a bit higher up. Now this paper's starting to dry a little bit. Bit bloody quick, but it is. Right, so I'll get into that. I'm up here. This is called Payne's Grey. It's like a black, but not as black, if you know what I mean. And I say this is great. You can see what I'm doing. Just throwing it in. Picked up a bit of red there, but it doesn't matter. Right, now I'm just going a bit darker now. Well, plenty darker with this Payne's Grey. And right up in the corner. Let's go right across. Same with this. I want that top a bit dark and all to help show off the colour and the lightness in the front, if you know what I mean. That's drying really well over there. Well, I'm saying well, I don't want it to dry, but that's because I was fiddling about with them bleeding things down there. A bit more. Maybe a little bit. This is just touching the paper. That's all I'm doing. Right. Maybe a bit of a bigger one there coming down. Just want a bit more dark here. I'll show you why now. Maybe some up there as well. I say you can throw any colours. I'm mixing that now, but just a little bit of that orange. What you're trying to do, you're trying to just make something, you think, what's that at first? You think, what a mess. Well, it is actually. No, it isn't, it's fine. If this is not, we should be alright over here. Yeah, this is still damp. I'm doing just like some little bubbly clouds. I think you can see that, can't you? Yeah. I say skies are great to do because you can do anything really. No one can say that's not, doesn't look like a sky. Right, some paper, and where it's dark, just press into it. Keep turning the paper though, because you don't want you'd be putting the paint back on. See what I mean? Turn the paper. We'll go a bit quicker now. Don't go too mad with these. If you think it's getting a bit dirty, just change the paper over. Maybe a little bit there. Right. So I'm going to leave this and we'll come back to it in part 2. I'll dry it and then we'll be ready to do the front, okay? Right, I'll catch you in part 2.